Ethiopian Prime Minister is going to sign a mega project deal with a group of companies based in another African country. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Three main news stories. First one, signing of a deal between a group of companies based in Nigeria and the Ethiopian government. Secondly, Seyom Teshome has been seen meeting with the Ethiopian Prime Minister. A few days ago, an Ethiopian court asked security officials to produce Seyom Teshome before the court. What did the police say back then? Lastly, Fano fighters are remembering Asaminew Tsige and Ambachew Mekonnnen. Both were killed in June 2019. Let's start with this story, which is from the Amhara region, which is about two Amhara figures who were killed in 2019. Asaminew Tsige was killed on the 24th of June 2019. Today is 24th of June 2025. So 6 years ago, Asaminew Tsige was killed. Ambachew Mekonnnen was killed a day before Asaminew Tsige. I think he was killed on the 23rd or 22nd of June 2019. When they were killed, and that Tsige Mekonnnen was also killed back then. The chief of staff of the Ethiopian National Defense Force, Tigray. 2 days ago, the Betson Mikhail raised the issue of the death of Tsige Mekonnnen, indirectly accusing Ethiopian PM that he's the one who plotted the killing of Tsige Mekonnnen. Tsige Mekonnnen back then was responding to a coup attempt in the Amhara region. Coup attempt against Ambachew Mekonnnen, who was working as the Amhara regional president back then. Asaminew Tsige was accused of being behind the coup against Ambachew Mekonnnen. Tsige Mekonnnen was killed. Ambachew Mekonnnen, Tsige Mekonnnen from Tigray, Ambachew Mekonnnen from Amhara region, Amhara regional president killed. Allegedly, Tsige Mekonnnen was killed by security guard. Asaminew Tsige was accused of plotting that coup. And it was said that he had fled after a failed coup attempt. 36 hours after the coup attempt, death of Asaminew Tsige was announced by government. So all three were killed, two from Amhara, one from Tigray. Ethiopian history is very confusing, and there is no consensus about this history. Even recent history, I'm not talking about incidents which happened decades ago. I am talking about the incident which happened 6 years ago. This history is keeping Ethiopians divided. Everything which is related to political and security developments is controversial. Fano groups claim that both Ambachew Mekonnnen and Asaminew Tsige were killed by Ethiopian people. And Asaminew Tsige, by the way, he's the one who organized Fanos. So he's the godfather of Fanos, you can say. And there are brigades formed in the name of Asaminew Tsige. And this month, Fano fighters formed a brigade in the honor of Ambachew Mekonnnen. The brigade was formed this month in June. So Amhara groups say both Asaminew Tsige and Ambachew Mekonnnen were killed by PP leader Abiy. PM Abiy, government claimed that Asaminew Tsige actually plotted the coup against Ambachew Mekonnnen. Tigrayans, TPLF leader, Debretsion, they also accused the Ethiopian PM of killing Tsige Ambachew. So, even recent history, there is no consensus about what happened recently in Ethiopia. Secondly, viewers, Seyom Teshome has been seen a few weeks ago. A court in Ethiopia asked security forces to produce Seyom Teshome before the court. Why? Because Christian Tadale, the MP in prison, had leveled some accusations against Seyom Teshome, asking the court to take action. The court asked security forces to produce Seyom Teshome before the court. Security forces, police reported that Seyom Teshome had not been found, that his whereabouts were unknown. Seyom Teshome is a known personality, an analyst. It was not difficult to trace him out, to detain him, and to produce him before the court. But the police did not want to arrest him. Now, the same man who could not be traced by the police met with the Ethiopian Prime Minister. Pictures are in circulation showing Seyom Teshome holding a meeting with the Ethiopian PM. This is how police works in Ethiopia. And it shows how weak and powerless Ethiopian judiciary is. Courts' orders are violated. Courts' orders are not implemented. Courts are under the thumb of the government. And without independent judiciary, there cannot be any democracy in a country. Lastly, viewers, good to see that the Ethiopian Prime Minister is shifting his attention from infrastructural projects on some other projects which are needed in the country. Otherwise, for the last 5 to 6 years, he has been mainly focusing on renovation projects, roads, infrastructure projects, resorts, and these types of projects. But now the government has signed a deal with a Nigerian group of companies. Dagnote is the name of this group of companies based in Nigeria, which is a conglomerate of several companies. Dagnote is running several fertilizer factories. Ethiopia is in need of a fertilizer factory, and a country which is hoping to be self-sufficient for providing food to its people needs to have abundant supply of fertilizer, especially keeping in with the fact that Ethiopia is a landlocked country. So it becomes difficult for Ethiopia to ensure continued sustained supply of fertilizer to farmers. That is why the government of the Ethiopian Prime Minister has signed a deal with Nigerian Dagnote group of companies, which will launch a fertilizer plant in Gode, Somali region of Ethiopia. The next 3 years, this plant will start producing fertilizer for farmers. $3 billion project is this one of fertilizer production in Ethiopia. Yes, I think everyone should back such projects. I have been criticizing the Ethiopian government for infrastructural projects, for the resorts that the Prime Minister was interested in building, while security situation was not favorable for tourism in the country. But yes, I back such projects which will help a lot, which will help Ethiopian farmers. Thanks for watching.